Hello and welcome to the IRS Data Retrieval Tool section of completing your FAFSA. We are going to be going on how to connect your taxes and transfer them electronically onto your FAFSA application. So we are going to get started. So the first step is whether you are a parent or student, you will be able to complete the first three questions under the student financial or parent financial. The first question that you will have to complete is for 2019, have you completed your IRS income tax return or another tax return? If you have already completed your 2019 taxes, you're going to select already completed. The second question is, what income tax return did you file for 2019? For those who are in the US, you probably completed an IRS 1040, so you want to make sure to include that. If you have completed a different type of taxes, it will not let you link up, so keep that in mind. And then the last question is for 2019, what is your tax filing status according to your tax return? So you want to make sure that this matches what is on your taxes. When you are ready to continue on, you are going to click on Link to the IRS. This will allow you to get all the information on your taxes and transfer it automatically to the FAFSA application for your son, your daughter, or yourself. So keep that in mind. Our example is an independent student. You will take the same steps as if you were a parent as well. So keep that in mind. So once you click on Link to the IRS, it will send you to leaving the FAFSA on the web. So it will give you a brief explanation of what is going on what is linkage and what type of information is going to be transferred onto the FAFSA application. Once you click on Proceed to IRS site, it will generate a pop-up box which says you will be leaving the FAFSA site. You're going to click OK because it will then send you to the IRS website. So this is the next step. This is where it's going to send you once you hit OK. It is basically stating that you are on the IRS website, and to be able to allow that transfer, you will have to hit OK. So the first thing is enter the following information from your 2019 federal income tax return. So you will want to have those tax returns in front of you because the IRS data retrieval tool is very specific. So keep that in mind. The first, last name, social security number, date of birth, and filing status will be already transferred. So keep that in mind. The only thing that you will be filling out is the street address, if you have a PO box, if your taxes have an apartment number, and the city and state. So you want to make sure that your address is input the same way that it is on your taxes. So if it has a capital letter, if it's all capitalized, if it has drive, you want to make sure to include it, everything on here. So be very specific and double check what is input on your taxes. Once you fill out the address portion, city, state, and zip code, you will want to make sure to hit submit. Once you click submit, you will be sent to the 2019 federal federal income tax information. So it will locate the tax, the names, the social security numbers, the filing status. So it'll verify that everything was successfully transferred, was allocated, correction. So you want to make sure that once you see this page, you want to make sure to click on the box that says transfer my information into the FAFSA form. You want to make sure to click on the box, and also the transfer now button will change colors. So that's how you know that you're going to be able to transfer. You're going to click transfer now in order to get your information transferred over to the FAFSA application. Once you click transfer now, it will send you directly to the FAFSA application. As our example, you'll see if it is successfully transferred over, it will say transfer from the IRS. So it'll say transferred for the IRS. So they're asking for that adjusted gross income. You won't be able to change anything. So everything that's been transferred over from the IRS will be in bold black letters. The only thing that you should be worried about filling out are, did you file an IRS Schedule K-1 for 2019? If you did not have that, you want to make sure to answer no. If you do have that form, and if you did file your taxes, you do want to make sure to answer yes. You're going to hit next. Same thing. Everything was transferred over to the IRS from the IRS. So you want to make sure that you double check everything. Okay. Like I stated, the IRS knows how you filed and what you filed. So everything was successfully transferred. As of today, are you a dislocated worker? Meaning you have been laid off, you were let go. So you want to make sure to answer yes or no. If you are a student and you did file taxes, or if you are a parent and this applies to you, you want to make sure to answer yes. If you're like, I don't know, you could also click on the dislocated worker because it's hyperlinked blue and it'll give you a definition of what a dislocated worker is to verify. So everything was transferred, everything that was necessary to fill out on this section has already been transferred over from the IRS. The only thing that will not be transferred is the combat pay. So if you receive combat pay, you want to make sure to include that here, whether you're a parent or a student. College grant and scholarship aid reported to the IRS in your income includes AmeriCorps benefits reward, living allowances, and interest accrual payments, as well as grant and scholarship portions of fellowships and assistantships. So this is specifically if you got an outside scholarship and you put it on your taxes, or the student received an outside grant or scholarship, you will want to, and was able to put it on their IRS form, or claim it, correction, they were able to claim it, you want to make sure to include that here, but it's only specific grants and scholarships, so keep that in mind. Educational credits were transferred, untaxed portion of IRA distributions was able to be transferred. Did the untaxed portion of the IRA distribution pensions you reported for 2019 included rollover, so you want to double check your taxes. This is located on on the 1040 for A, B, C, and D. So you want to double check to see if it was a rollover. If it was not, you're going to say no. If it was a rollover, you want to make sure to click yes. And it'll state rollover on your taxes. IRA deductions and payments to self-employment, SEP, simple KEOGH, or other qualified plans from the IRS was also transferred, and tax-exempt interest income from the IRS tax form. So these items that were transferred over from the IRS are directly on your taxes. So therefore, you won't have to fill that out. But you will have to fill out if you paid child support, if you earned any money under the cooperative education program offered by a college. If you or your parent were not part of that program, you're going to put zeros for the following, okay? Tax earnings from need-based employment programs such as federal work study and need-based employment portions of fellowships and assistantships. So if you had a fellowship or an assistantship, fellowships can be done in an undergrad level, and they're closely directly with the college, as well as assistantships. So you have to keep in mind, federal work study is a part-time job on college in the college campus. So you want to make sure, if you did have a federal work study position, you want to make sure how much you earned here. You will also have to complete the following portion that will ask you for child support received, housing, food, and living expenses paid by the military or clergy. So if you did receive living allowances, you want to make sure to include the whole year for 2819. Payments to a tax deferred pension or retirement savings plan. This will be located on your W-2s under boxes 12A to 12B, but you're only including codes D, E, F, G, H, and S. You're not including any money that is code DD. So keep that in mind. If you receive veteran non-educational benefits, you want to make sure to put the amount for the whole 2019 year. Other untaxed income not reported, such as workman's comp, disability, you want to make sure to include that here as well. And they are asking for the full amount within the 2019 year. So keep that in mind. Money received or paid on your behalf. So if you receive money from an aunt, uncle, a relative to help pay bills, you will want to make sure to include that here as well. If they were giving you, say, $200 per month, you will multiply that by 12 and put that annual amount here. So keep that in mind. Everything that is being put, they are asking for an annual amount. And the final thing is they will ask you to skip questions about your assets. You could answer them, or you can say, no, I want to answer them. So keep that in mind. They will ask you of your cash, savings, and checkings account, how much you have in them. So you want to make sure to look at your banking apps and input that number here. As of today, what is the net worth of your investment? So if you have multiple properties, you're not including the house that you are living in. If you only have one house, do not include that because you're probably living in that house. If you have multiple houses, you are going to want to make sure to include that investment. As of today, what is the net worth your current businesses and or investment farm? So if you have a farm or a business with less than 100 employees, if you have a family farm, or a business with less than 100 employees, you do not have to include that in here. So keep that in mind. Please read the questions carefully. If you have any questions or you're like, what does that mean? The FAFSA has these question marks line by line, which you can say, well, what do they mean by this? And it'll generate a blurb of what exactly they are asking for. And that is it for our section. Please join us for the following section, which is signing your FAFSA. Thank you.